Alright, looks like we are ready to kick off day 2 of Remython. I will have a couple of times where I'm just flying through the air, and I'll have to do that for like a minute or two at a time. So during that time, I will look over the chat and hopefully you'll say some things that are interesting for me to talk about. I cannot confirm whether or not Author Blues and donefirin are the same person. No one knows this answer. So I'll start time here when I override the existing saved game. 3, 2, 1, go. So if you were at the first Remython, you'll have seen this game. This is the sequel to Grow Home. Both of these came out of a fairly small studio inside of Ubisoft. And they're just cute little games with a robot. The first one, you gotta climb up a bunch of plants that you grow to get back to your mom. And this time, spoilers for the cutscene we skipped at the beginning, Mom crashed into the moon and exploded. But she'll be fine by the end of it. We're gonna go fix Mom with the help of our brother friend, Pod. Well, I did that wrong. We saw Pod briefly there for a couple of seconds. He'll help us carry the pieces of Mom back up to the moon where we're going. And you can see by that bar that just appeared on the screen, the moon is very far away, and the game will tell us how high we are. One of the things we need to get high up is this jetpack. Pod's gonna tell us some more stuff. There's one of the pieces of Mom we gotta go pick up. Just gotta wait for this dialogue. And then we'll have some time to really do stuff. So there are 7, I think, pieces of Mom scattered all over this globe. We gotta go get them all. But first, we need the speedrun tech. Because as much as bouncing off of these... Oh no, that's not supposed to happen. Oops. Well. I'm not gonna PB this one. If you hit the ground very hard, you explode. So don't do that. As much as jumping off these mushrooms is fun and good and a little bit fast, they're mostly just good for moving around on the ground. And we need ways to get up high, because we gotta get to the moon and stuff. So we're going to turn into a ball, of course. Balls are the best shape for flying. Everyone knows this. There's one upgrade that we skipped that lets you grab onto plants and get their DNA and then like sprout them out other places, so you could like collect this cactus stuff and make cactuses to launch you into the air. We don't do that because the ball is faster. And now we have the ball, and now I'm going to show you how to fly by being a ball. It's fairly easy. When you're in the ball, you can charge up, and then when you're in the air as the ball, you can charge up again, and if you let go of that charge up right when you hit the ground, like I did, you launch off into the air again. And then you just fly. I recommend trying this at home in the video game Grow Up. I don't recommend trying this at home with your human body. Your human body cannot turn into a ball. You don't have ball technology. So we're just chilling. We're just gonna do this. All I gotta do is hold forward, and we fly. Basically, all we do is fall down, but we miss the earth. And if you look down there, you can see the that little basin that we were just in and launched off of. There it is. But we got to go around one more time because the place we want to go is, I already missed it, but it's up above us. But you'll see that big cactus again. Samuel Metroid is not a human. Samuel Metroid is a robot. This is a beautiful game. We're going to get to see like 5% of it. We'll get to see that big island up on the right with all the tendrils coming out of it. I don't think we go over that island. There's some other ones we get to see. We'll see a couple of places, but we pretty much go straight line from place to place, and there's a lot of just sitting around. There's that big cactus. Alright, so we're coming up, and we're going to go to that big island that's way above the cactus. So we've done 2 whole revolutions. And we're still only like a third of the way to the moon. But that's fine. You can also, when you come out of the ball, you can jump once to like get some strong momentum in a different direction, which we use a couple of times. Now we have to get these telerouters working. We're going to come back to this place a lot because it just happens to have a lot of good, just has a lot of good launch spots. And we can get to all the places, or almost all the places we need to go. Here's a piece of mob. We're gonna try to get Bud to pull this down. And we're gonna go this way. We're gonna get a cutscene, but we're gonna keep falling while the cutscene's going. Because, of course we are. Now we need to get our last upgrade that we need to do all the fun stuff that we're doing. And this one's the glider. For the times when we can't really do the ball launch as effectively as we want, or we need to like correct for things. I need to move this out of the way. We'll have a glider. You can also climb, but climbing is slow, so we'll climb as little as possible. But I danged up my bounce. Normally you can just bounce right back up into the air and be here. We're gonna jump in this telerouter and fly ourselves, or teleport ourselves back up to Windy Watchtower and do our first launch from there. And the first launch is, of course, the worst one. I have to launch off, open this, then go back into the ball and bounce off of there. And, of course, because it's the worst one of the launches in the whole game, I have to actually do it a second time later in the run. I'm glad that I was able to do it first try there, because I've definitely done like dozens of attempts in a row. And so alternating between the ball and the glider and the jetpack, we can not move as fast as possible, but like launching is better. can't always launch. So we alternate with the jetpack and the glider to keep our speed up and keep our height up and keep our momentum up. I might be able to do fancy bounce off of here. Nope, didn't quite get it. Maybe this one? No, not gonna get it. Anyway, we're flying this way. There's a big cloud in our way, but that's where we're going. We're gonna go jump into a crater and get another piece of mob. And there's a fast way to get out of this. Come on, Pod. Where? Slacker, get down here. So we're actually going to try and pin ourselves onto this. And he won't leave until we get off, or if I hit the select button, he kind of like forgets and then just lifts us up anyway, and then we don't have to climb out. That's speed tech. We'll pop open another telerouter and we'll go back to Windy Watchtower. Alright. Next up, I'm going to launch over this way. This one can definitely be kind of finicky, because we're trying to land off that little area there. But we got a good one. So we're going to go over to the right here in a second, and then we'll jump off that one to the one with that blue light on it over on the left. Alright. Step down, bud. Pod doesn't like to lift you into the sky. You're not supposed to go to the moon that way. Pod can go to the moon all on his own, but he makes us climb up without him because, I don't know, he's rude or something. He wasn't in the first game. All he does is help us get Mom up. He also kind of serves as like the aerial view / map, but I know where everything is already, so I don't have to look at that. This one's a little bit of a pain because it's hard to get a launch directly at it, so you kind of always end up gliding and climbing a little bit. But it's not too bad. This one was okay. So the climbing mechanics and the walking around are like the big signature pieces of Grow Home and Grow Up. The walking is kind of procedural. When you push in a direction, Bud leans his center of mass in that direction, and then his feet just move so that he like won't fall down, and so his feet are always just trying to make him not fall over. And then the climbing and the grabbing is just the left and right triggers, and whichever direction you're facing, you hold a trigger, and that hand will reach out and grab whatever's in front of it. So you just keep doing that to climb up. Oh yeah, I have to do. It's time for the bad launch 2. Everyone hates this one, but you have to do it because no one knows a faster way, and I missed. If you want to mess around in this game and see if you can find a launch to get to the 2 places that this one's used for that doesn't do this one, then you would make every runner of this game very happy. There's like 8 of us. I don't even think there's 8. I think there's like 6. There is a Discord for this community. It's not that active, but the top few people are all in there. Finspire, Frederator, Fredinator, that's the world record holder, and Finspire, who did all the routing. So now we're going to this big island. I hope I don't crash into the rock or the tendril. You can kind of... change your momentum as the ball, but not like super well. So it's very easy to just mess that up, and if you crash into that at full speed, you'll explode again. But I did it, and I actually did it pretty fast. So I'm happy with that. This one. Roughly that way. Alright, most of the hard parts of the run are done now. We just have to, like, do the rest of them. And I have to remember where I'm going. I think it's down there. Yeah. It's down there. I don't think Bud can get dizzy, even with all the spinning around, because you get dizzy because of your inner ear, and Bud doesn't even have an outer ear. He doesn't have any ears. So how can you get dizzy with no ears? Checkmate. So now... this is our last launch off of this place. Please don't interfere with me, Bud. I don't think that one was good. You kind of just get a feel for the launches. Like, if you're doing them enough, you'll be able to tell, like, if you hit it right and you got the right amount of speed coming off of them. I don't think I'm setting this one up right. I think I'm standing in the wrong spot. This one can be finicky. There's a lot of stuff that can get in your way if you don't set it up right. This one looks good. Yeah, that should be fine. That's a lot of speed. How can dizziness be real if ears aren't real? Hearing is just seeing around corners. So we're on to our last big spot. We'll do... we'll grab a piece of bomb, we'll open a telerouter, we'll jump off the edge, go get another piece of bomb, warp back, and then we'll be heading off to the moon. And it's that one up there, the top of this group right ahead of us. This game also has a very pleasant soundtrack. Jake's got the main theme, I think, going in his playlist. But there's a couple other songs for this one and for Grow Home, and they're all good. Bud, please behave. Get on the plant, Bud. We're going to see Mom. Let's go. Pod, what are you doing? Behave, Pod. Alright. No, Bud, please. I'm trying to do speed running. And then we just go off the edge. That's fine. Because we just happen to be pretty much directly over the last piece of Mom. No, no. Please let me out. That's fine. I'll work with that. I don't usually do that here, but I got stuck under the thing. And it'll just kind of try and jank you out of there until it starts moving. It does it faster if you start it moving. Come on, bud. Get your feet under you. We got work to do. Hello, bugs. Grow Home unfortunately doesn't have any dogs, but it has lots of bugs and sheep. There we go. Up to the summit. Now I have to remember to go to the right set of rocks. There's 2 rocks on the far side of this. But only one of them will let you do the launch correctly. That set will not let you do it. It just won't work. You cannot get a launch off of that rock for some reason. But this time, we just aim at the moon. And we're good to go. So we're just going to do a big old loop around. I think we could do this until we got to the moon, but the moon's like way up there and we have to go around so many times, and the higher up you get, the more distance it is around the world. Sheep are like dogs. There's even sheepdogs in real life. Some of them look more like sheep than other sheepdogs. Yeah, so we just get to do some casual zooming. We can just look down at this slow world. There's that big cactus that we saw at the beginning. Somewhere down in that ocean is a whale just swimming around. If you don't know that exists and you just are like flying around, it will show up and scare you to death. That's actually how I died. I died in real life because the whale snuck up on me. No, Rodrigo, we don't actually grow. Well, we grow 1 plant in this game. In this one, we grow a lot of plants in Grow Home, and in this one, we only grow 1. And here's the summit where we just launched off of, and we're just zipping. Now we're only slightly higher, but we're much faster because of all the falling that we've done. And we're going for that island there with all the white rocks stuck in it. Normally you grow the plants and you grow them into the glowing rocks in order to get energy, just like in Grow Home. But this one is different because all the rocks are already attached to the plant. So this one's just kind of like here for some reason. I wonder what'll happen when we try and grow this plant. It's a cutscene. It's like a minute and 20 cutscene that is unskippable, and Pod just kind of yells at us the whole time. It's really inconsiderate that I don't talk. And I can actually control Bud starting now, but it's also possible to get stuck in there, so I don't actually know how to make it faster by... I don't know how to do anything faster by controlling him during the end of that cutscene, so I just kind of let it happen. Because you're also just going to move over here and immediately go into another cutscene, so it doesn't matter that much. If you could land directly on the mom screen, maybe it would be a little bit faster by a couple of seconds, but I don't know which way to move the control stick that I'll hit mom and won't get stuck in the plant. Alright. And now I'm just gonna try and bounce off. I was gonna try and bounce off a rock, but I did it bad. We're on the moon though, so gravity's fake up here. And as soon as I flip this switch, it'll start a fade out, and on the end of fade out, that's time. There we go, 26:23. Certainly a respectable time, and also a PB for me. That's charades, folks. I did say I wouldn't get a PB, but apparently I did all the other tricks so well, versus the last time I submitted a run. But we can just watch, Mom's telling us how we grew all the star plants. We didn't grow any of the star plants. Mom's telling a lie to us. But all of this is being rendered from the game, so you can see that none of the star plants are grown as you fly around, and Mom says, like, oh, look, you did it. Except for this star plant. We did grow this one. And that's it. That's grow up. So all the pictures are still here. Oh yeah, Mom's gonna give us a mission update. I don't know if we're allowed to accept or reject this one. I know you can do that in Grow Home. Oh, she's gonna tell us we did a bad job. Incomplete. Didn't get any crystals. Didn't scan any plants. Didn't even pick up the scanner. 1 out of 4 star plants flowered, which is the last one. Didn't do any challenges. Oh, she does tell us we did a good job. Mom's nice. She's proud of us. We missed playing a game of tic-tac-toe with Mom in the opening cutscene right before she exploded on the moon. Yeah, she doesn't actually let us accept or reject. She just kind of says, like, hey, go do more of this stuff.